That's not how. When I'm mad, I don't look like this. This isn't what I look like when I'm mad. Nah, when I'm mad, I look like this. Hey fighters, Sean here with another fight. This week we're still talking about anger, and it's something that I have struggled with my entire stinking life. I'm not one of those mouthy angry people because I don't get angry as often as I used to, and I know when I did get angry, my mouth would just cut straight to the soul of a person. I mean, I would rip you to shreds because I didn't care what you felt, because all I could feel was anger, right? So you have to know what your triggers are, because I know the moment I step into my truck, I'm triggered. I know I'm going to be frustrated within 3 minutes because I have to drive in Houston traffic. Now, I understand other places got it worse. I get it. At least it's not Dallas. Dallas has the stupidest roads I've ever seen. Talking about driving irritates me, so I hardly ever bring it up in conversation. Unless somebody says, man, have you been in Dallas traffic? I'm like, I know, it's stupid. Or LA or New York, wherever the traffic's really bad, I get it. I'm not saying it's the worst thing ever, I'm just saying it's a trigger for me. But I know that I'm going to be so mad because somebody's going to cut me off. I hate when people speed past and they know there's a huge line and try to jump in as soon as I can. Now, I do it every day, but I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about other people. I know I make people just as mad whenever I do it. But that's not what we're talking about, right? We're talking about what people do to me, right? It's about me right now, okay? Or how about this? Blinkers. Look, I get it. It's too hard for you to take your cloven hoof and hook it on the blinker and go. That's the noise it makes because your cloven hoof. I know it's too hard to do that to indicate you need to get over. So what you want to do is just pop over to my lane so I have to slam on my brakes and not hit you, because insurance-wise, it doesn't matter what you do. If I rear-end you, it's my fault. So it's going to be a win-win for you. Either you get your lane or you get yourself a new Volvo. It's going to sound stupid, but I hate when people go the speed limit. Here in Texas, here in Houston, speed limit is just a suggestion. That's where you start out. If it's 40, man, if you're not going 50, people are going to buzz around you. If the freeway says 70, they're going 95, or that's just flow of traffic. The speed sign is a suggestion, and Lord help you if you're going 5 under because you're driving safe because it's raining. No, that's why you have flashers. You go the same speed, if not faster, with flashers on. That way they know, get out of your way. Listen, I know I'm supposed to be patient and kind and understanding. I get it. But these are just triggers for the whole, just when I'm driving, I see this. Like, I'm yelling at cars. I'll yell at cars. If a car's driving next to me and they cut me off, they got a big old dent in their bumper, I'm like, that's why your car looks that way. I tie a person's Christianity to how they drive. And I'm also exposing a lot of what I have to work on in my own Christianity by telling you this. Because here's the thing. If you don't have patience for somebody who's in another vehicle, who's just trying to merge into your lane, whether they're doing the right way or not, then how are you going to have patience with somebody in real life to invite them to church or to show them Christ-like love when you're face to face? But I know for myself that if I'm not patient on the road, I allow people to make me impatient. I know if I drive angry on the road, I'm going to upset some people. I know that if I rear up on somebody and blare my horn, I know that's going to ruin their day. Bear with me, another driving story, okay? So I remember one day I was driving. I'm coming up over this overpass, and in my lane, it's ending. So the barrier in my lane is telling me I have to get over. I hit the blinker, but this white SUV just guns it. Doesn't want me to get in front of her, right? So no matter what, I have to get over. So she gets behind me. She cuts over 3 lanes just to speed up, to cut over 3 more lanes back into the original lane so that she can slam on her brakes and flip me the bird, right? And so it was so dangerous that I had to swerve and hit my brakes and, of course, hit my horn. And I didn't just go honk. No, I was like, ah. I'm telling a story. And I don't mean just like a little honk, honk, honk. No, I mean, bah! Well, I'm in a Toyota Camry, so it's more like, it's the most non-threatening horn in the world. And since it wasn't so non-threatening, I just held it down for a long period of time, right? And so I'm driving, and yeah, I reared up on her. I lost my temper, and then I just kind of peeled back because I'm thinking I just probably ruined this poor girl's day. So instead of just letting it go and saying, nah, she'll be all right, I sped up, I got beside her, rolled down my window, and I said, I'm sorry. I started yelling, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I should have done that. I'm like just yelling at this girl, I'm sorry. Anyway, so she just starts flipping me the bird and yelling and cussing. I'm like, So the light came, she took off, and then I'm still here. I'm still behind her. And we come up to another light, and I decide maybe she didn't hear me right. So I pulled up, I put a real big smile. Hi, hey, can you pull in window? I'm really sorry. She pulls out her phone and starts recording me. And she's all like, you mother, mama, just started cursing me. And I'm like, no, I'm telling you, I'm sorry. I should have done that. I'm sorry. Which seemed to upset her even more. And she has a recording of me yelling, I'm sorry, that was my bad. And I'm sure it's a meme somewhere online. But I'm sure the picture of the video is nice, bald, bearded man apologizes for being a horrible driver. I'm sure it's what it says. So, I mean, when you're driving, you're met with people on the road that you've never met before, you'll probably never meet again, and you see the way that they treat their car, their lives, and how they treat others in their life, you know? So it brings out frustration, panic, anger, insecurities, anxiety, irritation. It exposes the most frustrating personality traits within you. In the middle of a conversation I'm having somebody, I hardly ever say, oh, you idiot, get it together. Really, buddy? I hardly ever say that in a conversation, but I say it all day long when I'm in the car. If that's what driving brings out in you, which tends to bring out everybody, I know that when you're driving from one place to another, your entire day can change. Your entire personality can change because of what you experienced on the road. You go from having a good day at work, having a bad day in traffic, having a bad day at home. Having a good day at home, having a bad day in traffic, having a bad day at work. Traffic is huge for your personality. Traffic is huge for your mental health. Traffic is huge because it's going to set you up for your next part of your day. So how you manage yourself in that is super important. In all honesty, I really feel like when you're driving, check your temper and filter it through what Christ would do. What would Christ look like? What would Christ drive? He'd drive an Accord. All right, lame joke. I get it. So Galatians 5:25 gives you the fruit of the Spirit. Fruit of the Spirit consists of love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. These things you need in traffic. You need to filter everything that you say and do while you're in traffic through these things, because it sounds like you're gonna need self-control during traffic. It sounds like, another version says long suffering. That sounds like traffic. Thing is, when we're driving our car, we feel like there's no consequence to what we say and we do. But there is a consequence, because the consequence is what carries your attitude and your emotion and your mental state to the next part of your day from traffic. All right, so here's 3 things that you can do for your temper and for your walk with Christ while you're in traffic. Number one, have patience. You never know what the next car is in the middle of. You don't know if they're rushing because they're going to be late, because they have to drive across town to the babysitters, just get across town to where the job is. And we're upset because we feel like we can't afford an extra 20 seconds in this stupid line because that person cut us off. Which brings me to the next one, let people in. I've always had a rule that if a person has a blinker on, I'll do everything I can to let that person over. If it means wait a little bit longer, it means stop traffic behind me to let that person over. They did me the common decency to let me know they need over, so I can do the same amount of decency and let them over. But even if they don't use their blinker, you see they're trying to merge, just let them in. It doesn't matter. I mean, the only thing that they're really doing is checking your pride. And number three, stop and help. Whether it's giving somebody gas money, helping somebody change a tire, stop and help. Most of us are on autopilot anyway. We just go, do what we have to do, and just it's all automated. Stop, break the cycle, stop and help. Most of us struggle throughout the day because we've had a bad week, a bad month, a bad year, a bad 5 years, and subconsciously we think to ourselves, I'm not letting one more person get ahead of me. And it's as if we're doing that on the road. But you're not talking about the drivers on the road. You're talking about your marriage. You're talking about your work life. You're talking about your kids. You're talking about something that person has nothing to do with. And they're fighting the same kind of battles. When you're in the car, practice the fruits of the Spirit. So it'll make your day and the time that you spend, whether you're in the car or out of it, that much more fruitful. And it helps everybody around. I like to look at people like cars sometimes. When you look at a car, you never know when they're almost out of gas. You never know when they're about to quit and just give it up. So give them a little more grace and help them through their day.